Alexander the Great is one of history's most famous leaders. Born in 356 BC in Macedon, a kingdom in ancient Greece, he became a legend for his military victories and vast empire. His life was full of incredible achievements, fascinating stories, and lasting impacts. In this video, we'll explore the top 5 facts about Alexander the Great, diving into his life, conquests, and legacy. This will help you understand why he is still remembered today. Fact 1. He became king at a very young age. Alexander was only 20 years old when he became king of Macedon. His father, King Philip II, was assassinated in 336 BC, and Alexander inherited the throne. Most people at that age are still figuring out their lives, but Alexander was ready to lead a kingdom. His father had trained him well, teaching him military tactics, leadership, and politics. Alexander had also studied under Aristotle, one of the greatest philosophers of the time, who taught him about science, literature, and philosophy. As a young king, Alexander faced many challenges. Some parts of Macedon and nearby regions rebelled, thinking he was too young to rule, but Alexander quickly proved them wrong. He defeated the rebels and united his kingdom. His confidence and quick decision-making showed he was no ordinary leader. This early success set the stage for his later conquests, as he gained the loyalty of his army and people. Alexander's youth didn't hold him back. Instead, it gave him energy and ambition. He dreamed of conquering the world, and his young age made him fearless. This fact about Alexander shows how determination and preparation can lead to great things, no matter how young someone is. Fact 2. He built one of the largest empires in history. Alexander the Great is best known for creating one of the largest empires in history, stretching from Greece to India. In just 13 years, he accomplished what many thought impossible. He conquered vast regions of the known world, including parts of Europe, Africa, and Asia. His empire spanned an estimated 2 million square miles, making it one of the most extensive and influential empires ever created. His remarkable military campaigns reshaped the political landscape of the ancient world and established a legacy that would continue to influence future generations. His conquests began after he secured his rule in Macedon following the death of his father, King Philip II. Alexander's first major challenge came from the Persian Empire, which under the leadership of King Darius III was the dominant superpower of the time. In 333 BC, Alexander decisively defeated the Persian army at the Battle of Issus, and just 3 years later, he won the Battle of Gaugamela in 331 BC. His military genius was evident in his use of clever strategies and battlefield tactics, which often outmaneuvered larger and more powerful enemy forces. Alexander's ability to inspire his troops also played a key role in his success. He shared in the hardships of battle, earning the admiration and loyalty of his soldiers. After conquering Persia, Alexander pushed eastward, advancing through Central Asia and India. His victory at the Battle of Hydaspes in 326 BC against King Porus of India demonstrated his tactical brilliance and determination. However, after years of relentless campaigning, Alexander's soldiers, weary and longing to return home, refused to march further. This marked the end of his military expansion. Alexander's empire became a symbol of his military genius and vision. His conquest not only reshaped borders, but also spread Greek culture across vast regions, creating the foundation for the Hellenistic civilization, which blended Greek, Persian, Egyptian, and Indian cultures. His legacy endures in the cities he founded, the art and science influenced by his empire, and the ideas that continued to shape modern thought. Fact 3. He spread Greek culture across the world. One of Alexander the Great's most lasting and transformative impacts was his role in spreading Greek culture across the known world, a process that became known as Hellenization. As Alexander advanced through his conquests from Greece to Egypt and as far east as India, he carried Greek language, art, philosophy, architecture, and ideas with him. In each region he conquered, Alexander worked to blend Greek culture with local customs and traditions. This cross-cultural exchange created a rich, multifaceted cultural landscape that influenced the ancient world for centuries and laid the groundwork for the Hellenistic civilization. Alexander's city-building efforts were central to this cultural integration. He founded over 20 cities, many of which were named after himself, with the most famous being Alexandria in Egypt. These cities quickly became centers of trade, learning, and cultural exchange. The city of Alexandria, in particular, housed one of the largest and most famous libraries in the ancient world, attracting scholars, scientists, and philosophers from all corners of the known world. The library and its associated research institutions made Alexandria a hub of intellectual activity, helping to spread Greek ideas and ensuring that Greek culture had a lasting influence on the region. Alexander also encouraged his soldiers to marry local women and adopt local customs, promoting unity and cultural fusion. This led to the emergence of new forms of art and culture, such as Greco-Buddhist art in Central Asia, which blended Greek and Indian artistic traditions. These cross-cultural interactions enriched both Greek and local cultures, creating a new, hybrid artistic and cultural style. Through his vision of unity and respect for local traditions, Alexander's Hellenization efforts left an indelible mark on the ancient world. His cultural legacy extended far beyond military conquest, shaping the development of ideas, governance, and art in the centuries that followed. His ability to blend Greek culture with local traditions was key to the enduring influence of his empire. Fact 4, he never lost a battle. Alexander the Great's military record is truly remarkable. Throughout his entire career, he never lost a single battle. Even when facing armies much larger than his own, Alexander consistently found ways to outthink and outmaneuver his enemies. His success came from a combination of brilliant strategy, strong leadership, and an army that was both disciplined and fiercely loyal. One of Alexander's greatest strengths was his ability to adapt to any situation. Before each battle, he carefully studied the enemy's tactics and the surrounding terrain, allowing him to turn potential disadvantages into advantages. A perfect example of this was the Battle of Gaugamela, where he faced a massive Persian army supported by war chariots and elephants. Using a formation known as the Macedonian phalanx, in which his soldiers stood tightly packed together with long spears, Alexander broke through enemy lines and created openings for his cavalry to strike decisive blows. In addition to his tactical skill, Alexander inspired deep loyalty in his soldiers. He improved the army he inherited from his father, Philip II, by introducing new units and refining battle tactics. He also shared hardships with his men and rewarded bravery, making them willing to follow him anywhere. His undefeated record proves his genius as a military leader. Fact 5, his death remains a mystery. Alexander the Great, one of history's most legendary military leaders, died in 323 BC at the age of 32. His death took place in Babylon, an ancient city located in what is now modern-day Iraq. The sudden and mysterious nature of his passing has fascinated historians for centuries, and even today the exact cause remains unknown. At the time, Alexander was at the height of his power and was preparing for new military campaigns, including a possible invasion of Arabia. However, after attending a banquet and drinking heavily, he became seriously ill. Over the next several days, he suffered from a high fever, intense abdominal pain, and progressive weakness. Despite the efforts of his physicians, his condition worsened until he finally passed away. Theories about Alexander's death vary widely. Some ancient writers believed he had been poisoned by rivals who feared his ambition and growing dominance. Others argue he likely died from a natural illness, such as malaria or typhoid fever, both common in Babylon's hot, marshy climate. Another possibility is that years of excessive drinking and battle-related injuries had slowly eroded his health. His unexpected death triggered a power struggle among his generals. With no clear successor, his vast empire soon fractured into competing kingdoms. His body was eventually taken to Egypt and entombed in Alexandria, though the tomb's exact location remains lost. Why Alexander's legacy matters. Alexander the Great's life was undeniably short, but incredibly extraordinary. Ascending to the throne at just 20 years old, he quickly proved himself as a master tactician and ambitious conqueror. Over the course of his brief reign, Alexander built an empire that stretched from Greece to Egypt and as far east as India. He won every major battle he fought, and through his military genius, he never suffered a defeat in over 15 years of campaigning. His conquests not only reshaped the political map of the ancient world, but also spread Greek culture far and wide, leaving a lasting cultural legacy known as Hellenism. These 5 pivotal facts, his rise to power, military success, cultural impact, the mystery surrounding his death, and the lasting influence of his empire, explain why Alexander remains one of history's most iconic leaders. His story serves as a powerful lesson in ambition, leadership, and the transformative power of ideas. While Alexander was a visionary leader, he was not without flaws. flaws. His relentless ambition and military conquests caused suffering, and his ruthless actions were sometimes driven by a desire for total domination. Nonetheless, his ability to inspire and lead his troops, coupled with his innovative strategies, changed the course of history. His achievements demonstrated that a single individual could alter the world's course, influencing not only military strategy but also the fields of art, philosophy, and governance. Alexander's legacy continues to resonate today. The cities he founded, such as Alexandria, became centers of learning and culture, and the mix of Greek, Persian, Egyptian, and Indian influences shaped the Hellenistic world for centuries. His life remains an endearing symbol of greatness, inspiring countless leaders, artists, and scholars. His name and story still feature prominently in popular culture, from books and movies to video games, ensuring that the legend of Alexander the Great endures. In conclusion, Alexander the Great's life was one of unparalleled ambition and accomplishment. His story, from his swift rise to power to his enigmatic death, continues to captivate and teach us valuable lessons about leadership, vision, and the ability to shape history. If you found this video helpful, be sure to share it and subscribe for more inspiration. Thank you.